All right. So this is the recording for the review number 2, chapter 3 and 4. Okay. So let me do the first one. The first one says for the function, let me cover this one. F of x equals to 3x squared minus 8x minus 6. It says evaluate when f of a. So meaning when x is equal to a. So all we have to do is replace the x for a. That's the answer. Okay. Now let's try this one. It's not giving me a letter. Now it's giving me a number, and it's -1. So let me go here. So it's going to be -1 squared minus 3 times what? -1 plus 2. So this is going to be -1. This is going to be +3 plus 2. What do we get here? 2 plus 2, that's equal to 4. Sorry. All right? So all you need to do in this kind of exercises is, it says evaluate. So the x is going to be replaced by the value that you see here. In this case was -1. All right, now it says find the domain and the range of the relationship. Oh, but first they want us to determine if the relation is a function. Okay? So we recall a function is when from every x value comes only one. So meaning you're only going to see one time the number in the x axis. So we have here x, y, x, y. It cannot repeat. And I think it's repeating right here. So this is not a function. So right here we said no function. Another way to see it, guys, is we can do the chart xy, and we have -20, -19, -16, -4, and 1, right? And we have on the other side, we have 10, -2, 4, 5, 14, and 16. So first, the -19 goes to 16, right? Goes to here. Now, the -16 goes to the -2. The -4 goes to the 14. Oh, just right there. The 1 goes to the 5, right? And -20 goes to the 4. And again, from 1 goes to, oh, this is negative, sorry, goes to -10. So that's why it's not a function. It should have only one element in the y-axis, not 2. Okay? Now, the domain. The domain is all of the x's. So it's going to be, if we do it in order -20, -19, -16, -4, and 1. And the range is going to be, this is x and this is y. -10, -2, 4, 5, 14, and 16. All right? Now, let's turn around. This is exactly the same. All right, there's no, first, we're gonna see if it's a function. So let me check all of the x's. We have negative 21, 29, 22, negative 10. So far, I haven't seen the same number. What do we see here? 22 and 22. So 22 goes to negative 5 and it goes to negative 8. So it's not a function. Okay? Now the domain is the x and this is the y. So it's going to be negative 21, negative 10, 9, 21, and 22. And the range is going to be negative 22, negative 16, negative 13, negative 8, negative 5, and 24, positive 24. All right? Now, it says, number 5 says, graph the line passing through this point, and it has a slope of m equals to 2. Okay. So this is going to be up to and 1 to the right. Let me locate this point in my glasses. So it's going to be negative 6, which is right here. And we're going to go down to 2. So we're going to start at negative 6. No, negative 6, comma negative 3, sorry. So it's not this one. From here, we're going 1 and 2 up and 1 to the right. So we're going 1 and 2 up and 1 to the right. And here's the line. Okay, this point is negative 6, comma negative 3. Okay, and this other one is going to be negative 5, comma negative 1. But this one is the one that is the most important because that's the location. That's the one that is going to tell you where to start. From here, you're going to go up 2 and 1 to the right. Now, let's do this one. This one says 2, comma negative 2. So that's going to be 2 here and negative 2. Again, this is up and to the right. So I'm right here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 up. And then I'm going to go 3 to the right. 1, 2, and 3. And here's the line. That's what they're asking you there. Graph the line passing through this point and it has that slope. Now, here says that we need to use the slopes and the y-intercepts to determine if the lines, these two lines, are parallel. We need to determine if they are. So let me take the first one, which is y equals to 5x plus 5. So my slope is 5 and my y-intercept is 0, 5. We go and find the one for 5x minus y equals to negative 5. This equation is not in the form of y equals to mx plus b. So let me get it there. So we're going to subtract the 5x on both sides. Negative y equals to negative 5x minus 5. So remember, we have a 1 here. So I'm going to multiply by that reciprocal. Oops. So it's going to be 1 over negative 1. We're multiplying all of this. It's the same as if you say we're dividing by negative 1. So this is one is going to become positive, and this one is going to become positive 2. So my slope is going to be 5, and my b is going to be my y-intercept. As you can see, m is equal to this one, right? We could say m1 is equal to m2. And also, the y-intercept of m1 is the same as this one. So that means they are not parallel because it's the same line. Okay? They are not. Now, let's do the next one. This one. They're giving us 2 equations too. So it says use the slopes and the y-intercepts. And give me a second here. Okay. So we have negative 4x plus 4y equals to negative 1. All right, I need it in the form of y equals to mx plus b. So it's going to be 4y equals, yes, to 4x minus 1, right? And now we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. And what we get is 4 over 4 is 1. So it's going to be x minus 1 over 4. So my slope is going to be negative 1, positive 1. And my y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 1 over 4. Let me go ahead and do the other one. So this one is 4x plus 4y equals to negative 1. So I'm going to subtract this. I get 4y equals to negative 4x minus 1. And I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So it's going to be negative 4 over 4. It's going to be negative x. And this one is going to be negative 1 over 4. So my slope here is going to be negative 1. And my y is going to be 0, 1 over 4. So m1 is not the same as m2. They're not the same. Right? And they are, to me, the way they look more perpendicular because 1 and negative 1, this is the opposite sign, right? And the reciprocal too, because 1 over 1 is the same as 1. So these two lines are parallel lines, are perpendicular, sorry, that's what they are. But they're asking us if they are parallel lines, so they are not. Okay. Now, it says that we need to find the equation of the line that has that slope and passes through this point or contains that point. Okay, so my slope is 1 and they're giving me a point -6 comma -4. Now to do the slope intercept formula, the equation of the line, I need to have the slope, which I do have the slope, but I don't have the y-intercept. This is not the y-intercept, they're not giving it to me, but I have an x and a y. So what I'm going to do is going to come here, that's what we would used to call the option. We're going to replace the negative y for -4. The slope is 1, -6 is x plus b, and we're going to solve it for b. So this is -4 equals to -6 plus b. We're going to add 6 and we get 2b equals to 2. So then we go back here and it's going to be y is what? 1, right? And b is 2. You can write it this way or this way, x plus 2. So that's your answer there. Look at the next one. That's, again, find the equation of the line. And we have the slope. So they're giving us the slope, which is m equals to -1/4. And I'm getting a point here, which is x and y. So now we know what to do, right? We have m equals to mx plus b. So y is 3. What's my slope? -1/4. What is x? -4 plus b. I'm doing this because I need to find the b. So -1 plus times -4 is -4 plus +4, right? Divided by 4. Let me do it. 4 by 4 plus b. So this is going to be 1. I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides, and b is going to be equal to 2. So then I come here, y equals to mx plus b. They're giving me the slope, which is -1/4, and I just found my b. That's the equation of the line that has a slope of 1/4 and passes through this point. Okay? Now, it says, find the equation of a line. Look what it says, perpendicular to this one and contains this point. So the new line, the new equation that I'm going to find is perpendicular to this one. So let me find first the slope of the new line, right? I don't have the slope, but I do have this point. And right here, I've been given this one, 4x plus y equals to -5. So let me get it in the form of y equals to mx plus b. So y is equal to 4x minus 5. Right? Now, what's the slope here? This slope is equal to 4. So if this one is perpendicular, if this one is perpendicular to this one, it's going to be what? opposite signs, which is going to be negative, and reciprocal. 4 over 1, the reciprocal is 1 over 4. Okay? That's the perpendicular line. This one has this slope because it's perpendicular to this one. The slope, in order to be perpendicular, needs to be opposite signs and reciprocal. This is 4 over 1, and this one is 1 over 4. Now, from here on, is exactly what I was doing here. I do have the slope, but I don't have the b. So I just need to replace this, is substitute x and y. Y is 1. My slope is negative 1 over 4. My x is negative 5, and I need to find the b. Okay? So what I get here is 5 or positive 5 over 4 plus b. We're going to subtract this on both sides. And what we get is 1 minus 5 over 4 equals to b. You can do that in the calculator or do it manually. In the calculator, we're going to take 1 minus 5, and we use the fraction over 4. It's giving us negative 1 over 4 equals to b. Perfect. So my equation of the line that is perpendicular to this one is negative 1 over 4 x minus 1b. This line is perpendicular to this one. Okay? We will find, it says find the equation of the line perpendicular to this one. First, I found the slope. Found the perpendicular slope, meaning it would be the opposite and the reciprocal. And now they're giving me a point. So all I need to do is find my b, my y-intercept. Now, this one is exactly the same as the one that we just did. Let's do it. So it says find the equation of the line perpendicular. So put on 5x minus 4y equals to negative 3. So we're subtracting the 5x both sides, so we get negative 4y, negative 5x minus 3. Now I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. This one is going to be positive 5 over 4x and positive 3 over 4. All I need from here is the slope, right? The slope is 5 over 4. So what's the slope of this equation over here? The one that is perpendicular. This means perpendicular. So the equation that is perpendicular is going to be what? This is positive. This one is going to be negative and reciprocal. I just flip the numbers. So what I have here to start is my slope, and I have a point that is 5, 3. Go back again. We're gonna the x and the y. And I'm going to solve it for b. So what I get here is what? Negative 4 times 5, that's negative 20 divided by 5. That's negative 4, right? Or you could just simplify it here. Right here, you can make a 1 and say that's negative 4 plus b. So we have 7, b is equal to 7. So here's my new equation. The slope is negative 4 over 5x plus b, which is 7. Again, this one is the perpendicular to this line. You see the slopes are what? Opposite and reciprocal. Now, it says find the equation of a line that is parallel to y equals to 12. And we said it that when this happens, you're just going to look to the y coordinate here, which is what? 2. And on this one, you're just going to look for the x. What's the value of x? That's 3. Okay? If you want to see a different, okay, let me just show you, for example. Okay, so we have negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is negative 5, right? This is x equals to negative 5. Now, if we want to locate this point here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's right here, right? Let me draw a vertical line. So this one is going to be what? 1, 2, 3. This one is going to be x equals to 3. All right? Now, determine whether the graph shown is the graph of a function. It's not a function, right? Because if I do the vertical line test, what happens? Intersected in 2 places. So we're just going to say not a function. Why? Because it fails the vertical line test. How about this one? Only touches once. So this one is a function. It is a function. And this one passes the vertical line test. Okay? Okay. Now, 17 says, determine whether each ordered pair is a solution to the inequality. And we said y. So we will have to substitute each one there. So let's do the first one. The first one will be y is negative 3, x is negative 9, minus 3. So negative 9 minus 3 is what? Negative 12. Is negative 3 less than negative 12? No, right? Okay, so the next one. Negative 10 less than 4 minus 3. So negative 10, is negative 10 less than 1? Yes, right? So far, this one. Now let's go to 5, 4. 4 less than 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. Is 4 less than that? No. Let's do the last two. Let me write down the equation again. So y is what? 3. 2 minus 3. 3 is less than negative 1. That's not true, right? No? And let's do the last one. It will be 5 less than negative 5 minus 3. 5 less than negative 8. No. So only one which was this one. The other ones were not, okay? But we still have to do them all. And the same with this one. You just go ahead and replace them there, and this is negative 7x minus 6y greater than negative 3. So what do we have? Negative 7 times negative 7 minus 6 times negative 2. It's just substituting the x and the y, x and y. That's all we're doing, okay? This is positive 49 and this is positive 12. Is 49 plus 12 greater than negative 3? Yeah. So this one is working so far. Now let's do this one. This is going to be times 7, 6 times negative 9. So this is going to be negative 49 plus 54. So 49 plus 54, that's a positive number, and that number is greater than negative 3. So this one applies to. Now let's do negative 7 times negative 7. Negative 6 times 1 is greater than negative. This is positive 49 minus 6. 49 minus 6 is greater than. So this one will work too. And let me try this one. This is negative 7 times 1 minus 6 times 1. So this is negative 7 minus 6. Is that greater than negative 3? No, right? This is negative 13. It's less than negative 3. Okay. And the last one that we have here is negative 7 so it's negative 21 plus 12. Negative 21 plus 12, that's negative 9. Is negative 9 greater than negative 3? Nope. So it's only those three. All right? Now, this one says graph the linear inequality. Okay, so in order to graph this, I need to get it in the form of y equals to mx plus b. So let me do that. So that's going to be x minus 2 so we have y greater than 1/2 x minus what? Minus 1, right? So my slope is going to be 1/2 and my y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 1. So let me do that really quick here. So 0 and we're going down to negative 1. So here's where we're going to start. And we're going to go 1 up and 2 to the right. So we're going 1 up. Oh, let me see what I did there. So it's going to be 1 up and 2 to the right. Again, it's not a dotted, it's only going to be a dotted line because it's a dashed line, because it's not included, okay? Remember that. If we had the it will have to be a solid line. It will be greater or equal, but this one is not. This one is only greater than. Now, why greater than? So it's going to be all of the numbers that are above this line. So be very careful with that. So this line is going to be, the equation would be y greater than 1/2 x minus 1. Okay? And let's do number 20. Okay, so number 20, again, I need to graph the linear inequality. Careful, this one is less than. So let me get it in the form y equals to mx plus b. So it's 2y negative x minus 2. Now I'm going to multiply it by the reciprocal. So it's going to be what? Still going to be negative. Negative 2 over 2 is going to be negative 1. So my slope is going to be negative, and my y-intercept is going to be 0, comma, negative 1. So let me do it really quick here. And this is 0, comma, negative 1. But what do we have here? Negative 1 over 2. So we're going down 1. We're going down 1 and 2 to the right. That's the difference here. Okay? So we're going down 1 and 2 to the right. So we're going to end up right here. And the slope is going to be negative. And what else? It's going to be a solid line because it's less than or equal. Okay? And it will be less than. So it's going to be everything below this line. And this is y less than negative 1/2 of x minus 1. Okay? Now, the next one says determine the solution of the given system of equations. So, what do we need to do? That would be, we could do the substitution or elimination method. But if I multiply this one by negative 1, I get a positive y, and I can eliminate that. So let's do that. So it's going to be 5x plus y equals to negative 2. And this one, I don't need to do anything. So when we add these two, we make a 0 here. 5x minus 4x is equal to x. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So I know that my x is 1. So it could be either 1 comma 37 or 1 comma negative 7. All I need to do is come back here and replace the 1 and solve it for y. So I could take the second one or the first one, it does not matter. Right? So this is going to be, we're going to be adding 4 here. So it's going to be equals to 7. But we are multiplying by the reciprocal, which is negative. So y is equal to negative 7. So it's going to be y comma -7. This is a lot faster than substituting every single point into both of the equations, okay? Now, let's do this one, which is pretty much the same. So this one's, what can I do on this one? I'm going to do the elimination method, and I'm going to multiply the first one by -3 and the second one by 2. Because when I do that, look, this is going to be -6x, and this one will be 6x. So we make a 0 here, and 18 minus 8 will be 10y. So y is equal to what? To 1. So let's see, there's this one, definitely, because it's the only one that has a 1. Unless you want to go back and substitute it and find the x. But I don't see the need because it's, let's do it, but I don't see. So it will be 6, replace the y, plus 6 and plus 6, so that's going to be 2x equals to 6. And if I divide by 2, x equals to 3. All right, so you don't need to do this part. There's no need for that. Because it's the only one that has been given with the x equals to 3. Now, let's do this one. He needs 18 liters of a 5% saline solution. He has a 1% and a 10% solution. So x amount of 1% and y is the amount of 10%. So first we said we're going to have always, the first equation is going to be the liquid, x plus y. So much of 1% and so much of 10% needs to be equal to what? 18 liters. There we go. That's our first equation. The next one is going to be in terms of the percentage. What's the 1%? 0.01. And what's the y percent? 0.10%. And the 18%, I need 5%. So it's 0.0 times 18. So we have both equations there. One is in terms of the liquid, and this is the percentage. When I multiply these two, what I get here is 0.9. Now, what can I do there? I can substitute, I can solve it for y or for x and replace it here, or I could eliminate. We can multiply this one by -0.01. And once I multiply it, I could eliminate it with this one. So let me do that. Let me show you. -0.01x minus 0.01y. 18 minus this is going to be equals to -0.18. And this one stays the same. Remember, I'm using the elimination method. So there we go. I make a 0 here. -0.01 plus 0.1 is equal to 0.09y. And this subtraction is 0.72. When we multiply by the reciprocal, we get y equals to 8. Y is equals to 8. So if y is equal to 8 and the total liquid is 18 liters, so what? So then this one is to be 10, right? Let me just, so you have x plus y equals to 18, and you just found out that y is 8. Okay? Now 24 is just the same as the one that we just did, okay? So it says that he needs 150 milliliters of a 30% solution. Okay. So x plus y is equal to 150, right? We're gonna say that this is the x. X is the x amount of 25% solution, and y represents the amount of 50%. Now, here's the first equation. The second one is going to be the percentage. So 0.25x, and this one, what do I have? 50% of y is equal to 150 times what? 0.3, because we need 30%. When we multiply these two, we get 45. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did on the other one. I'm multiplying this one, this first equation, by negative 0.25. That way I can eliminate it. So, oops, sorry guys. So this is going to be negative 0.25 x minus 0.25 y. And when I multiply 150 times negative point, I get negative 37.5. Okay, let me write the second one here. What do we get? Make a zero here, and we have this is positive 25y, and 45 minus 37.5 is equal to 7.5, and multiply by the reciprocal, and we get, let me divide that, 30. So y is 30. Again, we need a total of 150. So if y is 30, my amount of the 25% is going to be 120 milliliters. Okay? Again, x plus y is equal to 150. I found that the y is 30. So what is going to be my x? 120. Okay? Now, okay, let's do number C. No, this one's. We have three linear equations and we have to find the x, the y, and the z on both of them, okay? So let's do it. This is gonna have to be done in a different, and I'm not gonna be able to fit everything in here. No, so let me write it down. This is number 25, so hold on. Let me write it down here. So this is 25. We have 5x minus 3z equals to 26. And we have negative 2x minus y equals to negative 11. 6y minus 5z equal to 28. All right, that's what we have. And they want us to find the x, y, and z. All right, so our first, I'm gonna just number the equations. This is equation 1, 2, and 3. If I take 2, look at this, if I take 2 and 3 and eliminate the y, it's gonna be in terms of what? X and z, x and z. So let's do that. I'm taking number 2, which is negative 2x minus y equals to negative 11. And I'm taking number 3, which is 6y minus 5z equals to 28. So what do I want to do? Eliminate the y, right? It's the only variable that they have in common. In order to do that, I'm going to need to multiply this one by 6. So let's do it. So it's going to be negative 12x minus minus 6y equals to negative 66. And then let me write down this one here, the 5z. This is going to be 6y and 28. Nothing changes on the second one. We're making a 0. And so then what we have left is 12x minus 5z equals to negative 66 plus 28 is negative 38. And this is equation number 4 now. Now we said I take the 4 with the 1. So let me go ahead. 1 is 5x minus 3z equals to 26. And 4 is negative 12x minus 5z equals to negative 38. So I'm going to have to multiply both of them. I will multiply this one by 5. And this one, let's multiply this one by 5. And this one by what? By negative 3. That way I can eliminate, it's going to get a positive 15 and a negative 15 and a positive 15. So let's do it. So we have 25x, 15z, and 26 times 5 is 130. This is positive 36. This is positive 15 and positive 114, sorry. So 26 plus 36 is 61x equals to 244. 244 divided by 61 is 4. We got the first coordinate. So now we know 4 is going to go here. Where do I get the x, the y, and the z? It could be in any of the equations. Okay, I could use number 1 and replace the x if I want to. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to take 5x minus 3z equals to 26. And I'm going to replace the x there because I want to get the z. So this is 20. Oops, sorry. 20 minus. So we are going to subtract 20. That will be 6. 6 divided by negative 3 is going to be negative 2. So this is going to be negative 2. Now, let's take the second one, which is what? Negative 2x minus y equals to negative 11. So I have negative 2 times 4 minus y. It doesn't matter which one you use. Negative 8. So we're adding 8. So what do we get? Negative 8 equals to negative 3. Because we are multiplying or dividing by a negative, y is equal to 3. And we get the 3 here. They are names, okay? But you do them the same way. Let me do 26. So 26 says is 3x minus 4z equals to 0. 3y Yeah, that's what we have. Okay. And we need to find our x, y, and z. So 1, 2, and 3. So if I take, I can take, I don't have to, I could take the second one and the third one, right? And solve it for y. I mean, eliminate it y. And I get x, z. And I come over here and I work with the one, with the first one. I could do that. Or I could take those two and eliminate the z. Either way is going to work. I want to do it a little bit different from the first one so you guys know I have that it works. One is 3x minus 4z equals to 0. And 2 is 3y plus 2z equals to negative 3. Okay, so then if I want to eliminate the z, I'm going to have to multiply by what? By 2 this one. So let's do it. So it's going to be 6y plus 4z equals to negative 6, right? So this is 3x plus 6y equals to negative 6, and that's going to be our fourth equation. So I already used 1 and 2. Now I'm going to use 3. So let me write it down here. 3 is 2x plus 3y equals to negative 5. And the one that I just found is 3x plus 6y equals to negative 6. I can multiply by negative 2 to eliminate the y. So let's multiply by negative 2. So we get negative 4x, negative 6y, and positive 10. 3x plus 6y, negative 6. We are adding negative 4 plus 3x is negative x. 10 minus 6 is 4. If we divide by negative 1, x is going to be equal to negative 4. So I found my x, negative 4. Perfect. Now, all I have to do is come back to any of these ones. I replace the x. If I do it here, I get the y. If I do it here, I get the z. So it doesn't matter which one you guys use, okay? So, you know, I'm gonna replace it on this one. So it's gonna be negative 4 plus 3y, oops, equals to negative 5. So this is negative 8 plus 3y, and this is plus 8 and plus 8. That's going to be 3, right? Y equals to 1. So I'm getting a 1 there. And now I have the x and the y. I could get the z from this one, from the second one. 3y plus 2z equals to negative 3 times 1. Oh, this one is the one that I don't have. So negative 3 and negative 3. Negative 6. So z is going to be equal to what? To negative 3. Okay? We can replace them at the end. Doesn't matter which equation we're going to do. Okay, now that was 26. Hold on a minute. Put this aside. 26. Oh, right here. Let's do 27. It says, does the order pair satisfies the this inequality? That's what they want us to find, okay? So I'm just going to replace them here. So it's going to be, on the first one will be negative 5 times negative 4 plus 6. Is that less than 4, than negative 4? This is 20 plus 6. Is 20 plus 6 less than negative 4? No. You don't even need to do it on this one because it's not. Okay, don't even go into the second one. There's no need. If the first one doesn't work, there's nothing that you could do. Now, let's do this one. So we have negative 10 times 6 minus 4 times negative 7. So this is negative 60 plus 28. Negative 60 plus 28, that's negative 32. That's less than negative 5, right? So let me try this one because this one works. So let me try that one. Y is negative 7. This is going to be 18 divided by 5 minus 2. If we do this in the calculator, 18, the fraction, minus 2. 8 over 5. Is negative 7 less than 8 over 5? Yes. So it works for both of them. Okay? Now, let's do this one, the 29. It says that the amount of, we have two containers, and they both, the total that they hold is 55 gallons. Oh no, 50, sorry, not 55, 50. So it says that the big container, so there are two containers, right? So we could say that X is what? It's the amount in the small container, right? And Y is going to be the amount in the big container. Kind of what we were doing before. So we have two equations, right? X plus Y needs to be equal to 50. That's what it says here. Then it says the big container can hold 10 gallons, fewer than twice the small container. So the big container can hold 10 gallons less, 10 gallons less than twice the smaller one, twice the smaller one. So here are the two equations. And because we have the Y equals 2 something, we're going to use the substitution method here. All I'm going to do is substitute the Y in here to solve it for X. So it's going to be X plus what? Plus 2X minus 10 equals to 50. This was Y. So what do we have? We 3X minus 10 equals to 50. We're adding 10, and we have 3X equals to 60, and X is equal to what? 60 divided by 3 is 20. So the first container has what? Has 20 gallons. If they both have to add up to 50, okay, so the big one is 30 gallons. Okay? Now, this one, it says that June needs 48 gallons of punch for a party that has two different coolers to carry it in. Okay. It seems like the coolers, there's a big one and a small one too. Okay, X, this is the amount. And the small one, and this is the amount larger or bigger or big container, okay? Again, we have 2 containers and the total is gonna be 48 gallons. It says that the bigger container right here, it says, is 5 times as large as the smaller one. The bigger one is 5 times the smaller one. Again, I'm gonna substitute the y into the first equation. So I get x plus 5x equals to 48. This is 6x equals to 48. X is going to be equal to 8. So right here, the amount of the small one is 8 gallons. So if this one is 8, the big one is going to be what? 40, right? Because they need to add up to 48. Now, here it says, if you guys recall this, when it's negative, we're going to the right. We need to go to the opposite side. So we're going to the right here. And this is going to be in the x-axis, okay? And this is going to be in the y-axis. We're going to the right because it's the opposite of negative 2. So it's going to be 1 and 2. And we're going 1, 2, and 3. For now, we're just going to do it like that. Later on, we're going to find points and everything. So my vertex here is 2, 3. This number that is happening inside the square is always going to be, you're going to the opposite. Instead of going to negative 2, you're going to positive 2. And the last one, let me write it down here. It says graph the quadratic function. And it says f of x equal to x plus 3 squared minus 2. So right there, it's going to be the what? The opposite we said, right? So we're going to go to the left. And this is going to be in the x-axis. And this is going to be in the, we're going down because it's negative 2 in the y-axis. This one is the opposite always. So this one is going to be to the left, 1, 2, and 3. And it's negative 2, I'm going down, 1 and 2. Okay? So my vertex here is going to be negative 3, negative 2. You're always going to take the opposite. Opposite of 3 is negative 3, and you're going to the left. This is the x-axis. And this one, you take it the way it is, the way they're giving it to you. All right? And I think I'm done.